ladies and gentlemen. My name is and welcome to this new segment of this channel. Today, we're going to be talking about John Gotti, exclusively on his fashion and his impact. So, this is the guy over here today, and we're going to be diving into the life of one of the most notorious mobsters in history, John Gotti. You might know him as the Teflon Don, a man who seemed to always escape justice, but there's more to Gotti than just his criminal exploits. He was also a master of self presentation, known for his impeccable style. This guy reigned around the late 80s and early 90s, and he was put in bars in the 90s, and he died in 2002. So here we are, John Gotti, the mob boss of the Gambino crime family. He was the boss of the Gambino crime family. He was a shrewd operator. He understood the power of image. While his rivals often looked like thugs, Gotti cultivated a public persona as a charming, almost respectable family man. He called himself the Dapper Don, and that was a pun on Dapper Dan, like the iconic fashion style designer in New York City. So some of his suits were legendary. I'm just gonna be talking about his suits. I'm not gonna go deep into his crime, or I don't think this man is somebody that you guys need to be inspired by. He is, without a doubt, not a good guy. So let's just go ahead and talk about his suits, like what we were talking about. So he favored bespoke tailoring from top designers like Brioni and Keaton. We're also going to be talking about thousands of dollars for a single suit. But that's just one thing about a suit. It's not just the clothing, it's how you style it. And John Gotti's fashion choices weren't just about vanity, they were a strategic tool. He wanted to distance himself from the stereotypical image of a mobster. He wanted to be seen as a successful businessman, a man who had made it big. So, one of the things that he accessorized was his Rolex watches and even a diamond pinky ring. And all of this is just a cultivated move, a way to make him seem like he's just this successful and wealthy businessman that was just put on trial because of the injustice of the American system. But that's just a story for another day. And of course, his success was built on the foundation of crime. He was involved in everything from racketeering and extortion to murder. But his careful crafted image helped him evade justice for years. That is until he got caught red handed snitching on himself. But that's another story for another video. Ultimately, John Gotti's luck ran out. He was convicted of racketeering and murder and sentenced to life in prison. But behind bars, he maintained his sense of style. He reportedly had custom made prison uniforms and even requested a specific brand of toothpaste. So, what can we learn about John Gotti's fashion sense? Well, for one thing, it's a reminder that image is important. With the right amount of clothes and styling, you can make a mobster look like a respectable businessman. And as we can see here with John Gotti, I don't see him to be as cool as people think he is. But I am not in no ways advocating for crime or being intrigued by mafia style fashion. No, that is not what we're talking about. We're just talking about suits, and John Gotti has to be one of the topics that we're going to go over because he's iconic and also a lot of people know him. So, either way, we're just talking about suits. It's a reminder that how we present ourselves can influence how other people perceive us. But it also is a bit of a cautionary tale. John Gotti's style was a facade, a way to mask his true nature. Well, and that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on true crime and fashion. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of John Gotti's style. Was he a fashion icon or was he just one of those guys that you put a sheen on a monkey and all of a sudden he looks like Curious George? But anyway, that wasn't a joke. That was a crappy joke. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Well, I would like to say something very important today, and that is about how we just come up with things and seem to forget the things that we've come up with. So, another thing that I want you guys to understand is when we're talking about fashion and designers and everything, suits, they have styles. I know a lot of people think that suits all look exactly alike, but it depends. You can know some people even have their own signature suits, but that is another topic that we're going to go over next time. But one of the best and iconic things about suits is that it's very comfortable. It is a traditional clothing and a very formal clothing too. But to me, it's one of the most comfortable formal clothings that exists. And that's kind of nice, you know. You could do anything with it. And also, you could style suits in so many other ways. You could just put a t-shirt underneath your suit, and that's just it. Kind of crazy, I know, but that's just how things are, you know. It's a nice thing about suits is that also it depends on the occasion that you're going, but you can never go wrong with suits. You know, you could go wear a suit for prom, for a wedding, for a job interview. Hell, you can even go use a suit for a vacation. All that matters is just how you style it eventually. And that's just it. You know, it's a kind of nice thing. But when we're talking about a lot of things that we're going to be focusing on, it has to be suits. And that's one topic that I'm very, very, very interested in. So leave a like and subscribe, guys. And I'll see you next week.